Uh-oh. It's your boy Step Back Mikey in the building, in the flesh, making it happen and talking about basketball. The thing we love is in here. I saw the 75 players list, and I got a lot of questions because the man on the screen, like the man, your boy Harden, is the guy that's kind of made that list, and I'm a little bit questionable about that. I know he's the triple double king in a way, and was really just scoring the shit out of the ball down in Houston Rocket Land. But he had a squad, he had players. You gotta be honest. He had Chris Paul. Chris Paul went with Devin Booker, went to the championship. Now, barring injury, Chris Paul could have went there with Harden. But Harden's had Westbrook at one point, a fresh Westbrook, a Westbrook with the athleticism. I'm not saying, well, I am saying that. He's lost it. All right, the Westbrook ain't the same Westbrook from the Rockets. Lakers got a watered down Westbrook, and that's the issue. That said, Harden had that guy. It didn't work. So Harden has had players to play with to put him in a championship position. He went to probably the most ultimate team he could have ever went to. Wasn't patient enough for the COVID vaccine to be retreated. Wanted to get that gel effect right now with guys who will play every night. Moves over to a squad with probably the contender for the league MVP in Mr. Joel Embiid. And they get the trade that sends off Ben Simmons, a promising young prospect, over to the Nets, Harden over to the Sixers, and they form probably one of the most formidable dynamic duos since Shaq Kobe at the shooting guard and center position. Yeah, I said it. That said, James Harden in his first couple games been looking damn good. 26, 9 assists, 9 rebounds, 9 assists last night versus the Knicks, and all I'm saying right now is, step back magic is making things happen. But there's already a little bit of a wrinkle to the road, okay? Always gotta hate, no doubt about it. I got to bring it there because I'm just disappointed on what the movie made for the Nets. But I think it makes them better in the short term, not even long term, once everybody's healthy. So let's check out what's happened to this reinvigorated Sixers team and why it made sense for the trade. We talked about this before. I mentioned if Maxey doesn't leave, they don't necessarily need Curry. Maxey's a bona fide come-up star scorer who's doing his thing. The defensive woes that you get with James Harden are kind of masked by Ty Bull and some of the other defensive capable players on his team. Okay? Now, I'm going to warn you. About one thing. You guys, everyone's kind of happy right now in the prelude and expecting this to be superstar magic. Now, I just watched the game with Toronto versus Brooklyn. I'm so much continue to compare the two because that's what the trade was about, right? And I'm not gonna put down Miami or Milwaukee like they not really fronting to really take this thing like just because you got these two on this squad and the three guys on the Nets that it's gonna be easy walking. It's not, guys. It's a war you talking about war in Ukraine, Russia, my boys. In the East Coast, there's a war. Get your popcorn ready. Yes, get your popcorn ready for the Eastern Conference playoffs. Whoever make it, not winning the championship. They're going to be so worn out. It's going to be a war. I mean, you could say the same for the West, but the East, I feel bad for anyone coming out of there trying to win a championship. You're going to be beaten up. That's it. Back to Mr. Harden and back to the game I watched with the Nets. The Nets came in without Irving, without Durant, missing key. Even Ben Simmons wasn't available, right? He's trying to get himself back in shape. And they almost beat a Toronto team. They were missing OG, Anunoby, and I believe one other player. Now, none of the big dogs, okay? Really, really interesting to me that team kept up. And that was the big thing that really stood out to me and saying, man, this could be something special on the part of the the Brooklyn Nets on what they got. Now, with this squad, they look like they're at full bore. And they're already gelling, which is congratulations, shake your hand. Thank you, Mr. Harden. Good job. However, my big thing with this team is the fact that defensively, I think some is lost with what they've lost in Andre Drummond at the backup center position. I think Curry's a better. It's a shame to say this, right? Curry's not even a defender. I think Curry's a better defender than James Harden. I do think some of the other pieces that were I can't let go. Them guys that were let go with Mr. Harden in the trade are also very formidable. We talked about Curry. We talked about Mr. Drummond, and Ben Simmons comes in, who's going to probably make this Nets lineup the perfect defensive offensive team once they gel. They'll be better. I think they'll be better than the Nets. Now, it is a green side. And that's the man that's really changed it. Didn't think he had anything left in the tank after his bad performance with the Lakers, but it looks like Green's coming back to find his Spurs form. They got Tobias Harris, who's now opened up. Korkmaz is out there with Maxey. They got a nice lineup squad. But if I mention those three, that's where it starts to go downhill unless Isaiah Joe or Shake Milton can do something special. I'm not sure they can. I think they are what they are. Isaiah Joe's really never got the opportunity, so he's not is what he is. He just never got the opportunity and won't have enough time to get that feel. Paris, is he a big three? Does he make a big three? I think he's a solid performer now. A couple years back when he came from the Clippers, yes. This Harris, the watered down Harris, after playing with this trusted process for so many years, I don't think this Harris is the guy. I'm sorry. I mean, I just don't think he's the guy to take him there. And when the Nuggets start to line up and they start to double, and Embiid and Mr. Harden are feeling that kind of pain of being doubled and smashed all game long, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for him to really show out like he wants to. Look at this move. Oof. But the chemistry's there. All right, so in speaking in tongues and going nowhere, the clear point of the matter is right now the Sixers look like they're winning the trade. Yeah, it took me a long time to say and admit it, but I got to be truthful. Right now, it looks like the Sixers have won this trade, all right? But it is the defense capabilities that have been lost, the mood swings of a superstar. It looks like he's being nice with everybody. He's saying, okay, we're together. I'm with this team, whether it was for the dinero or not, whatever it is, it appears that everyone likes him on his squad. Now, this is what we're seeing. See that? See that pull up? That's it. That's the game. That's the name of the game. Double Harden, Harris, Joe, Maxey, these guys, Tobias, these guys will be open. That's what it is. That's all it is. And if James Harden starts to mess up his ebb and flow of being a tremendous passer, if James Harden starts to shoot up and miss, be very weary of where they go from there. Be very weary of a Joel Embiid outburst. They appear to get along, but Joel, that type of personality, anytime he could turn on you when you have bad performances and starts making faces all day long. He's done it all the time with Ben Simmons. No offense. I mean, it is what it is, even though Ben was a little bit overboard. He just changes. He goes, hey, man, you suck, and with that type of deal. No really ownership and accountability as a leader. You're not supposed to change faces. You may talk to him on the side and in the locker room, but on the floor, you don't make no faces at a player after they miss the shot. You just talk in your head, say, man, hey, bro, you may have to go, or we'll figure out a way to get you better. But it's always behind closed doors. Joel is to the open, and that's what I'm worried about with this team. But they appear to be happy. Are they averaging is the ball movement much better with Harden? No doubt about it. Okay. From a passing ability, I can't lie to you and tell you this guy really emphasizes team basketball from an offensive front and can distribute better than anyone the Nets had left. It was great to see him facilitate in that point guard role. But all to the shambles, we see where we're headed from a stat perspective. James at 30-something odd years old, not sure he's going to be able to keep this up. Not sure he's going to be able to keep up this stamina. And my key wing talking point here, yes, my key wing talking point is the fact that James Harden may not be able to perform in the playoffs as he's previously proven year after year after year after year after year. Every time when it counts happens, we get trouble with James Harden not able to really sustain what he's been able to accomplish during the regular season. So that said, it's Harden all day. Great job. Part of the step back family, if not maybe one of the top 3 step back kings there is. But when we look at this situation and how it's gone, You have to be cognizant and aware of that Mr. James Harden at 32 years old is going downhill. They're going to have to rest him. He's going to have to keep up this pace and being the triple-double hero throughout the playoffs. The moment he goes down, I don't think Tobias Harris is enough to keep you up. Danny Green is off and on. They really don't have anyone else in that perspective other than Tyrese Maxey at 21 years old that could scare the hell out of everybody. When you go down this roster, you look at everybody else, you start to question yourself, where are some of the pickups we left go? Let's see if we can bring them back in to support because we're not deep enough. That said, we expect good things from this team on the 76ers. Niang's going to eat two, by the way, from three. I forgot to mention him. We're going to continue to watch the development and hopefully the start of Ben Simmons' recovery and start dating the NBA so we can start to watch basketball again. I'm going to sign off here. Your boy Step Back. Just going over the Harden dynamics right now. They're looking good. My mouth is closed right now. I got to shut up. But I still think the Nets got on top. I'm gone. Peace.